Okay, my schedule is definitely out of place. I already lied to myself thinking that I could make a video about birthdays back in July, but then I realized I couldn't keep my crap together and I was suffering from familial issues. Then I made a huge mistake indicating that my next video is going to be about the independence on August 17th and giving my thoughts and experiences about them, but I just couldn't organize everything and it fell apart. So let's just enjoy this video of me keep making excuses on missing content. But in all seriousness though, big things have been happening in my life and I was being irrational and having this paranoia about my future. I'm not gonna reveal too much information, but I just registered into a new school after spending a year in art school and discovering that I have to sacrifice my religious values just to get a grade, which is not worth it at all. And because of the pandemic, I basically lost all concentration with all my subjects and I skipped a lot of classes. The fact that grants have to be spent each semester and we have to buy our own supplies makes me think if online classes are worth it. I say this many times to my friends and I'll say it again here. I'd rather go to the campus and interact with friends, even if it means sometimes getting yelled at by the professors, spend some money on Uber and having to grab my stuff all the way to the 8th floor, than just sitting in my chair at home looking at my computer. I'm an introvert, but I also need stimulation. My art school is around half an hour from my house, and I try to make the best of each trip, just enjoying the fresh air and wandering at my imaginations. But when I'm in my house, I got a ton of stuff that can distract me, not to mention other projects in my computer that I periodically check. I don't know if this is ADHD, but I have a short attention span if I'm just by myself. Even when writing scripts like this, sometimes I go off topic way too often and then forget what's the original premise of the script that I was aiming for. So around May of last year, I finally got the courage to tell my mom that I don't want to continue this art school anymore and might search for a more effective subject that I am passionate about and the one that doesn't require you spending grants just to get a grade. Also, I'm not the toughest man out there, but at least before this whole lockdown, I get to go outside and get some sun and do plenty of walking, either between the campus and my home or just walking around the campus itself. But now I've been getting back pain, leg cramps, and sometimes my finger just suddenly turn off, and I barely do any walking besides just walking to the fridge to get some food and then back to my room. This whole mess is my fault, by the way. There's nothing you can do about it, and I'm certainly not trying to paint an image to make anyone in particular feel guilty. I'm still trying to be productive and thinking of ways to produce content efficiently but also original. There's always a dilemma whenever I tried making content like this. I can continue making content by myself and have more quantities, but eventually it gets repetitive and boring. And if I tried involving others in my projects, it might be higher quality and more diverse, but I had to wait for the others to get their parts done. Whenever I feel really passionate about a project, I always get impatient and hesitate to get it done, especially after I made the mistake of trying to involve other people in before the project was constructed. I have a friend who is fortunate enough to have a lot of family members and he counted on them if we ever needed help. I guess that would be interesting. But when it comes to things like voice acting, I like doing those projects solo. I don't know why, but I guess doing voice impressions is fun. Not that I know anything about voice acting, but for me, it's just amusing. Okay, that's enough whining for today. See you in the next video about whatever topic I try to come up with, possibly another making excuses.